Hey guys, this is Deepak here from digitaldeepak.com. And today we have Simran Agarwal on the call. Simran Agarwal is a Alpha Club member. She is a fitness coach. And today we are just going to talk about her business, how she got started with this, and generally just get to know her better. So Simran, welcome to this Alpha Club hot seat.
Thank you so much, Didi. It's a pleasure.
Yes, awesome. So Simran, tell a little bit, about yourself. When did you get started? How did you get into this niche? How did you become a fitness coach?
Yeah, so Didi, I started like around 10 to 11 years ago when I actually became a mom. And fitness was never a part of the routine, as I never thought even that I can become a professional. But then after I became a mother, I gained weight postpartum. Okay, and I got married little early, like around 18, I got married, and by 19, I was a mother. So when I became a mom postpartum, I gained so much of weight, and along with weight, a typical thing that comes along is like you start looking like auntie, especially in females. They start looking like auntie. I started looking auntie when I was just 19, 20. And wherever I went, I used to feel a little low, like wearing some dresses and anything like that. And that is when I thought, no, at this age I can't look like auntie, because when actual me has been the age of 30, maybe 40, then I know what is going to happen. And that pushed me then to take an action for myself. And then I joined the gym, and I thought, just joining a gym will do all the work for me. And you know what? And then after joining the gym, what happened? I tried to do weight loss by running on the treadmill and doing things like that. But instead of something good happened, because I had no knowledge, as I told. So I got that, saggy skin and all those things, which eventually made me feel and understand that, this is not, there has some science to it, fitness, or, with proper exercise, proper nutrition. And then on, I thought, I should explore this a bit more. And I realized that there are very less female coaches, or, professionals who can eventually help me. And then how the journey started. And then I got to know more and more, studied, did a lot of things. Then I started taking clients. First, I started with my some known people, some friends. And yeah, that is how I started my.
So that's how you started with your own fitness journey. When did this become a business? I guess you also owned a studio earlier.
Yes, I
So
also
what
own a
was the
fitness
starting
studio.
point for that?
Yeah, that happened after 4-5 years. That after 4-5 years, when I could help some of my friends and known people, they could get result, and I could continue my own journey continuously for 5 years. Then I thought that started giving me a lot of immense happiness, and people who I helped, they started thanking me, because some of the people I literally changed their life when they were not able to have babies and all. There are some women cause of weight gain, PCOS, and a lot of other factors comes into play, like hormonal changes and all. So while a person like to follow a fit regime, that person also eventually don't face all this problem, like like having a baby or something like that. So I then that happiness gave me so much of immense motivation. I felt, no, I should do it. And yeah, then it's been like, that's what I'm saying, it's been 10-11 years now. I'm practicing as a profession into this, and yeah, it's still on.
Makes sense. That's what I keep saying. People know you don't find the niche finds you. So I think the niche found you because people feel that you are naturally good at this whole weight loss thing. So people start asking and you start helping them. And then you
Right.
suddenly feel that, hey, I think I can turn this into a business.
Right.
Right. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about your niche selection, right? So a lot of people select a niche, they work on the niche for a while, but they also want to feel that, hey, this niche has a lot of opportunity for expansion into the future. You have gone through a little bit of challenges with this particular niche, and you are kind of experimenting on probably going to the corporate fitness niche as well. So have you tried corporate fitness before? I think so, yes.
Yes, Didi, I did work. I worked with some of some of the bikers also, and some of the corporates also. Yes, some corporate people who are working in the IT industry, and some of the bikers, like the bikers who go for long rides, like Harley Davidson bikers, who go for long ride, where food and like especially maintaining a posture on such heavy bikes you really need to have, really need to be fit. If you don't,
Yes.
you will start getting lower back. You ride for a while and then you start getting lower back, and then obviously bikers, they don't get really, you don't will be getting expecting
Mm,
healthy foods on the road, right? So
mm,
they
mm,
carry, I mean, some people who are a little conscious, they might carry some good food, I mean,
mm.
like some dry fruit, or else whatever you get on the road, whatever you get, you just have it, right? So yes, I
Been there, done
continue.
that.
Ah,
Mm,
so yeah, I'm trying to explore that. So I had some friends and clients also coming
mm,
from the IT industry and also from the
mm,
bike industry.
mm,
Yes.
mm. So you have possibly experimented with three different niches. One is helping moms lose weight, helping IT professionals and corporates lose weight, and helping bikers lose weight. But one more thing that we keep talking about when it comes to niche selection is that we have to serve a hungry market, yes, but the hungry market should also be able to afford the services, and they should have that affluence to go for the premium services.
Right.
So tell me a little bit more about who do you think out of these three niches would be the best target market for you in terms of helping you scale up your business revenue?
At the moment, Didi, I'm really looking forward for the IT industry because, yeah, IT industry again, along with physical fitness, mental fitness plays a very important role. They have problem like diabetes.
Mm,
Okay, they all have
mm,
belly fat. They all
mm,
have too much stress, anxiety. Okay,
mm,
and all these issues at like all the issues come along. It is not like somebody who is diabetic will not have stress. So it's all
mm.
together. It comes
Yes.
all together. So yeah, that's why I'm looking forward right now to work with IT industry who
Mm,
are corporates and
mm,
having, they have a lot of money, but then they don't have
mm,
that happiness in their life. They don't know what to do. I mean, they are like, let's say Saturday, Sunday, they are home often watching Netflix, having a
mm,
tub of popcorn, and
mm,
at times this also creates a problem in their marriage life, in their relationship, because they are so much stressed and anxious. So it reflects and it impacts their relationships also.
mm, mm,
So yeah,
mm.
I'm right now
True.
looking forward to work with IT people. IT.
Mm. So when it comes to IT people, if you have to target this market, we need to think about the go-to-market messaging. How are we going to attract these people?
Right.
So out of all the problems that you have said that IT people have because of everything is interrelated, yes, but we often forget that we are not trying to solve problems in most of the cases as experts, coaches, consultants. We are going to go ahead and talk to them about the impact of the problem that is creating. Like for example, if somebody comes and tells me that, hey, I have headache, then I could just tell them go get a headache tablet. But a bigger concern is that how is the headache affecting their life? Because of the headache, they are not able to spend time with the children. Because of the headache, they're not able to be productive with their work. They're not able to take meetings. They're not able to sleep well because they still try to push through the entire day with the headache. So headache is the problem, and the impact of the problem is how it is affecting their life.
Right.
So, so weight gain is a problem.
Yeah.
Stress is a problem. Diabetes is a problem. But what do you think is the impact of these problems? So one impact that you said is that their relationship is getting affected.
Hmm.
So what other impacts can you think of here?
They are not really being productive in their office, in their office work, be it in the office, be it at home.
Mhm,
They're not able to be completely full of energy, full of
mhm,
productive. Like they are not able to work more.
mhm,
When you are more fit, like when you have more energy, you can work well, you can work more, you can earn more money.
mhm,
And this is another impact. Another is when a person is not able to sleep properly, which is very high, because in IT people, in corporates, they have a lot of black coffee or normal coffee. And
mhm,
coffee also now they also impacts your digestive system. So
mhm,
many people, they think maybe, okay, let's doesn't matter, we'll eat healthy food. But
mhm,
if you're eating healthy food, but if your digestive system is not at point, that is like if you have spoiled it by having a lot of coffee, you're not going to absorb the nutrients from that healthy food, whatever you're eating. You're
mhm,
just going to shit it out, and it's not going to, your body is not going to absorb, and nothing good it is going to do. Just you just spent good money and that healthy food, and nothing is going to happen. So less of energy, not getting proper sleep, and
mhm,
productivity level is less.
mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. So I just noted down all of these, and let's just think about out of all these, what problem do you think would be impacting them the most? That it keeps them awake at night, it makes them worried, and they are like, hey, how do I solve this problem? What do you think would be the biggest problem here? We will also take some suggestions from the audience here. I will just open up the chat box. So guys, whoever is watching the webinar, what do you think, like, maybe for you, or maybe what do you think is the most highest problem? Just pick one. What is the biggest problem? And while the audience is giving their answers, so what do you think, Simran, would be the biggest problem here?
I think the lack of productivity is going to be the biggest. I think that's going to be the most important, because when your work life, work life gets impacted when you're not being productive, when you don't have energy, so automatically it is going to impact your family, your mood. Mood, stress, anxiety, then depression. Then when depression strives in, then again that affects. That's impacting your work life and your family life, all things together. So ultimately, whenever you want to solve problem, you would like to be at your best health wise, and be more productive in your work, and even if you have family, if you have children, your children would want to have a part of you where they would want you to go out and play with them. So if you're not being productive, if you don't have energy in your body, you're going to face trouble in your family life.
Got it. So most of the people also agree that the biggest problem is lack of productivity. And when we again try to go one step deeper into the impact of that particular problem, which is lack of productivity, these are all the problems that would eventually occur because they have lack of productivity.
Right.
So when we are going to the market with a marketing message and trying to solve a problem, we need to get people's response, right? And generally, this is like a known fact. Whenever there is a vitamin versus a painkiller, people will always choose the painkiller, right? So vitamin will possibly like help you avoid pain in the future, but pain is what you have right now. So simple thing, if I tell you that, hey Simran, do this, you will gain 1,000 rupees, and versus, hey Simran, if you don't do this, you will lose 1,000 rupees that you already have. What will you be motivated to do more?
The one that I don't have.
To lose the 1,000 rupees that you already have, right? Because that is something that you already have and you don't want to lose it.
Don't want to lose, exactly.
So pain avoidance is a huge motivator. So yes, there are plenty of health benefits for being fit and everything. And once people experience that, they would like to try to keep that. But most of the people, need, some kind of pain avoidance, and that is what they will respond to the most rather than positive messages. So out of all this, I think the go-to-market messaging should be about this, that, are you feeling like, lack of energy in your job? Like, yes. So we are like calling out people, and we are trying to get them to put up their hands. And the more specific we call them out, the more likely that they are to respond. Like, for example, let's say you are in a railway station or a subway station, and hundreds of people are walking by. Will anyone respond if you tell them, hey, everyone? Nobody will respond. But if you call out with a particular name, then somebody will respond. If you call out, hey, is there any doctor here? Then the doctor there would respond. So generally, to get a response from the market, we need to go specific, right? We can't try to be everything for everyone. And businesses are always started out as niche businesses, and then it expands into a wider market. Yes, someday it could be the most sought after fitness trainer for everyone, but we have to start with a niche, and we have to start with the most profitable niche, and the niche with the most amount of pain point that is possibly there. So now that we got some niche clarity, so I will also ask the audience. So guys, do you think that Simran has got some niche clarity because of that? Did you kind of able to relate to this process on how we try to drill down a niche and find out clarity to whom we are serving, right? Fantastic. Cool. So where do we go from here, Simran? What do you think? So if we are targeting this particular niche, where do we go from here?
I think this is the first thing, that is the most prior thing when we are seeing, and then there are much more other things. Let's say if I am giving a solution also to these problems, many times despite getting solutions, still people, they fail to get results. Let's say, if anybody you talk, they will say, okay, fine, fix my diet, fix my exercise, and it's done. That's what they will think. but despite giving them right diet, right exercise, still people fail. That is where I think my second thing would be coming, that is the habit building part.
Got it. But again, to work on a deep level, do you think that, okay, let me ask this. Do you think that if you just write blog posts about this, it would help people? Definitely not, right?
Yeah.
Because, so let's talk about the next action steps. What I think should be the way forward is that now that your niche is clear, which is to help IT professionals. So your niche. So niche is more about who the target market is, right? A group of people that we are serving.
Right.
So help IT professionals become more productive in their career by improving their fitness.
Right.
So this, I would call it your mission. It also is your niche, but this is your mission. This is what you stand for. And if IT professionals want to increase their productivity, who feel like that is their biggest problem, yes, with the marketing, we can communicate about all the impact of the problems that they are having, but the high level messaging is that you are going to help them improve their productivity. So for them to see you as someone who is going to help them improve their productivity, the messaging should be kind of very focused and targeted. You cannot be going and talking about anything and everything fitness, because then people will not feel that you are talking to them, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to the content marketing strategy, there are two reasons to have this content marketing strategy. You should definitely write at least one blog post a week, right? And make one YouTube video per week. I would rather call it your positioning, this one, which we have put here. So this is your positioning. Right? Help IT professionals become more productive in their career by improving their fitness. This also needs to reflect in multiple areas in your branding, which is, one is the hero page. So hero page is basically one landing page on your personal name or your website, where you have like a hero image, which is like a big image, and where your mission statement is written clearly. So a clear photo of you, client testimonials, any books that you have written, client logos of the brands that you have worked with. Even if you go ahead and, let's say, help an IT professional in XYZ company, there is nothing wrong in putting XYZ company's logo in your page. Like, people usually put that monochrome, grayscale logos on their page, which kind of builds the authority. You have done a TEDx talk?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. But I will just put it here, TEDx talk or Josh talk or equivalent, right? Any videos of you talking in a professional environment to a bunch of people. In fact, in the next AlphaClub event, you could take a session for AlphaClub members on fitness, and we could put that video out there, right? So that whenever you see someone talk on stage in front of an audience, that builds authority, right? So hero page is kind of a high level glance about who is Simran and what she stands for. So you also are going to put your mission statement there, right?
I did one, so for some police people here in Calcutta from West Bengal Police.
Okay.
And because I was training some military, so over here there is a military camp and all in Calcutta. I hope you know. So for that, I had been training some military families, military officers' families. So yeah, I have. I mean, those
Fantastic. In fact, that builds a lot of authority, right? So people here in the webinar, do you think, is there anything else that we need to add in a hero page? So here, yes, links to blog post we can add, and we can also add links to podcast episodes if you have one.
Yeah.
Any awards that you have received?
Many.
Then most importantly, your lead magnet. with opt-in. This is not your primary lead magnet opt-in page, but people who visit your hero page will also add, who will opt in. Followers count and links to social media pages. Client testimonials can be videos and text. Tweets or text-based. Tweets can be a little bit more authoritative. Videos will be more authoritative. Featured on, because you might get invited somewhere. And see, we are getting so much information from people itself. Book an appointment with you. Contact details. We can add a chat button as well, chat bot for lead generation. Like opt-in chat, we can add. Okay, your story. We could link it to a page or put somewhere. Push notifications, I would not recommend anymore because it has been overused and abused. You can add a link to your free community. The free community can be on Telegram, or it can be on WhatsApp, or it can be Facebook groups, or it could be a private software community. Cool. So there's a lot that we could add on the hero page, right? What else can we add? Do you already have a hero page, right?
Yeah.
Have like a website?
Yes.
What's the URL of the website?
www.simfit.org. I'll just write it from here. Should I write it in the chat section or something?
Oh, I got it. Cool. So this landing page looks pretty good. You have this hero page and the big images there. This immediately gives you some authority. You have a celebrity there, but it still misses mission statement about what you are. Most of the people will not get in touch with you by filling this. I don't think you are getting much here, right?
Not.
People don't usually like fill the form like that. We could rebuild this landing page with the bunch of things that we have already discussed. You have a book now thing, which is for the online exercise. And it goes into directly what you are serving. So it's like a features of the product. We are not talking about the problems right now. Right. So who you are, what you stand for, and who is the niche market, like who is the target market that you are serving, and all this we have to kind of rework on that. Right. So all that definitely needs to be done, because now you are going to focus on this corporate niche and we are confident about it. Yes, we can definitely relook at this particular niche once we see either some results or if we try things and we don't get results, then we can think about it. But based on your experience, you feel like this is a good niche, and I also feel like the corporate niche is a good niche, right? So this positioning kind of gets covered with your mission statement and your hero page. Then you need to do content marketing, which is one blog post a week, one YouTube video per week, and you could do one podcast per week as well. If you can't do a separate podcast, then you can basically convert your YouTube video into like an audio. So why we do ongoing content marketing is because when we are trying to create content, we are forced to learn and we are forced to get new concepts, and it can be basically the same message over and over again, nothing wrong in it. When you look at a lot of online creators, it will be the same old wine in new bottle that they will come up with over and over again. But every time you do that, there will be a little bit of a change in terms of how you deliver it. It will give you better clarity. You can also do one webinar per week.
Yes.
Email list. and community.
Mm.
And engage in the community every day for maybe 30 minutes to 60 minutes, right? So that you talk to this community and you have like a vibrant community. You have to have a lead generation strategy.
Mm.
And for lead generation, we need a lead magnet to start with.
Right.
So the lead magnet will kind of become a little bit easier to create once you start doing these regular blog posts, YouTube videos and everything. And once you create a lead magnet, the lead magnet should be, the title of the lead magnet should be basically, it can be an ebook plus 30-day course. So what you are going to do is that you are going to put a landing page, you are going to put an ebook on the landing page, and basically the ebook is made of 30 chapters, and the 30 chapters is same as your 30-day course.
Okay.
The 30-day course, email course, is going to be basically the same content that you have seen with your blog posts and YouTube videos, because with the blog posts and YouTube videos, you will start saying that certain content is performing better for your niche. So you know what to put in the email course. So if you do this for an entire year, this will be like 52 content pieces. You can put like 30 content pieces here. That's all we need to do. And from the lead magnet, lead generation will be through lead magnet. And what you can do is that you can drive traffic to it. How would you drive traffic to it? Would be through your blog posts, which SEO gets covered, through social media. Also in the positioning, we have to talk about social media handles. So the main social medias that we will be using would be Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. I can't think of anything else, Facebook. So this is only to keep the positioning right. Initially, until you, I think already you have like a good amount of followers, but when you reach out to people or when you start getting people into your email funnel, people will check this out and try to follow you there, right? To make you a real, and wherever in Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever space you get, you are going to put your positioning message here. I help IT professionals become more productive by improving their fitness.
Right.
So traffic you are going to drive to this, and you are also going to do paid traffic. Paid traffic can be via Facebook ads, which also includes Instagram ads. It can be via search ads. This will come a little bit later, but I will put it here anyway. And it will come via YouTube ads, right? So you are going to build traffic to these lead magnets, and your target should be to generate at least 1000 leads for this. So now that you have 1000 leads, so this is the webinar, one webinar per week that you are going to do to your email list and community.
Right.
And the same recording you can upload on YouTube.
Okay.
Right. So that also becomes an extra piece of content there. Now you are going to do user research.
Okay.
So we have not built the offer yet. We have not started selling yet, because we are trying to remove the blind spots that we have in this new niche that we are targeting by basically talking to more people. So how are you going to do user research? Is basically by listening to your community and what posts they are making, so that we can understand more about them. What are they doing? Who are these people? So you are basically trying to do customer avatar. You are building your customer avatar, right? In fact, I will say building your
Sure.
and you are going to do at least 50 one-to-one calls with your email list and community. The more you have calls with them, and this is going to be only like a discovery call, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be like, the purpose of this call is to understand their pain points.
Yes.
So here you are going to understand who they are, understand their pain points, and understand the solutions that they have already tried before and it did not work for them, right? This is very important, because somebody would have sold them some health drink, that drink this every day for breakfast, you will lose weight, and it would not have worked for them. So all that we need to understand, and you will understand more about it, right? So here you are going to end up building your customer avatar through this. Second. Cool. Yeah. So now you are going to build your offer. So your offer, when you start with, is that you are going to take people from their desired state, I mean current state, to their desired state.
Yes.
Right? This needs high level involvement.
Yes.
Right? So you might be encouraged to just create a course and put it out there. There is a problem with creating a course right off the bat, because when you try to create a course, what will happen is that you don't know exactly what to put in the course. Like, for example, I was talking to one member in AlphaClub, his name is Naresh, and Naresh is a WordPress developer. And he has created a lot of high-speed WordPress websites, and he wanted to create a WordPress course because he thought that, hey, I'm always doing these freelance services by developing WordPress websites, but I'm not able to kind of have like an asset which can start compounding by itself and start giving me passive income. So he wanted to create a course. So I said, what course we are going to create? He said, I will create a $49 course on how to build WordPress. And then who are you going to create this for? Because now there are two target markets. One target market is people who want high-speed WordPress websites built. Like, I want a high-speed WordPress website built, but I'm not going to sit and learn an entire course on how to build a WordPress website because it's too technical for me. I would rather outsource it to someone. So the next target, so it's very clear that his target clients are not going to buy the course. So who is going to buy the course? People who want to build WordPress websites and probably earn money by selling that service to some other clients. Now his target market is freelancers. Now when he is targeting other freelancers who are developing WordPress websites, he can't just teach WordPress. He also needs to teach how to outreach to clients, how to position themselves, how to negotiate, how to basically charge for these clients and everything. So he has no idea about all this. And if he tries to become a coach directly, then he will fail at it, which a lot of people are thinking that, hey, I will just put out content, build a course, I'll put it out there and it will start selling by itself, right? So it doesn't usually happen like that because they have not put in that work enough to understand their target market and their problems, and how to go ahead and what content to give them itself is not clear. Right. So guys, makes sense? Just type MS in the chat box if what I said just makes sense. Right? You cannot become a coach right off the bat. So that is why I ask people to start with high level involvement, and that high level involvement is basically one-on-one coaching. So when you do one-on-one coaching, when you take a customer, you are telling them that, hey, I will take you from your current state to your desired state. I have this much experience. That is basically your offer. With all your experience that you have, you are going to help them go from where they are, where they want to be. And while you are in the process of working with them and you start getting more and more people, so it doesn't matter how much you charge, whether you charge 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, 50,000. What I want people to do is that I want people to go ahead and work at a very high level of personal involvement, instead of saying that, hey, I will just put out a course, 100 people will buy, and you don't care whether they are achieving results or not. If somebody is doing that, first of all, they are not putting the right things on the course, so it's very less likely that the course will give them results. And unless the course gives them results, unless there is like client results, student results, testimonials, or everything, you can't build your personal brand from that. Right. So you are going to work on high level one-on-one coaching, and this can be 4 to 8 week personal coaching. This will be for the first 1 to 10 customers.
Right.
So first 1 to 10 customers. So you already have like people who are like 1,000 people inside your email list. There is going to be a community. Your ebook and your 30-day course will also get refined as you get to know your customers more. Your customer avatar also will keep getting refined as you start working with customers on a deeper level. But you are just going to get these first 1 to 10 customers, work with them closely and help them to achieve results. Even if they have joined your course and if they don't attend any of your calls, you are going to call them up. Hey, what happened? Did you do this fitness routine this week? Did you give your blood work? Did you get blood test results? These are the things that we need to do. So what will happen is that when you do these 4 to 8 week personal coaching with these people, especially when you are entering a new niche, this is very important. A pattern will start emerging, and this pattern is emerging for us also while we are working with AlphaClub customers like you, because I am working with people who are like, let's say, WordPress experts. I am working with people who are content writing experts, and everybody who wants to build a coaching business. It becomes so obvious for me that when they are starting with a new niche and they want to like teach someone their expertise, see, their expertise is in what they do. They have not built expertise in coaching that expertise to other people yet, right? So I am an expert in building a personal brand, but I have not yet become that much of an expert in just teaching people personal branding. I have to work with customers like you, like, one-on-one, build that expertise first.
Right.
So this pattern will start emerging. So now what will happen is that the next, I will just build your offer and start selling, right? So it's easier to convert people because the best offer that you can make to people is for them to personally work with you. Like, for example, AlphaClub is the best offer I can make to people because people work personally with me. And when you tell them that, hey, it's not like I will give you some course material and ask you to figure out on your own, because there are plenty of courses out there, books out there. What people need is personal time and personal coaching. You don't have a product yet. You don't have a structure to your product yet. The lack of structure in the product will be made up by your personal involvement.
Right.
So this is what Paul Graham says in his essay. He has written an essay called "Do Things That Don't Scale," and this is something that I would recommend everybody to have a read at. I will just share the link to this. So 1 second. Yeah, I'll just share it in the chat box, and I will just quickly share it in my screen. So this is that article where even for startups, Paul Graham teaches people how to go ahead and focus on that small set of users and go ahead and work with them closely. For example, he talks about something called collision installation. This is something related to tech where Stripe, which is $100 billion company right now, did not like sit back and wait for customers. And he said, you have to recruit users in the beginning. Most common and scalable thing founders have to do at the start is recruit users manually. It is not sexy. It is not something that people want to do, but it has to be done. It is unscalable, but it is fine. Nearly all startups have to do that initial recruiting because you can't wait for users to come to you. You have to go out and get them. It means that you might want to reach out to people on LinkedIn. You want to like get on a one-on-one call with them. Tell them that, hey, do you want to work with me? For your niche, you can even go as deep as actually going ahead and looking at some company photos. Look at who is there in the photos, who is obese, find out them on LinkedIn, reach out to them and tell them that, hey, do you need like fitness coaching? Like, don't offend them, but nothing like reaching out to them, right? And Stripe is one of the most successful startups we have funded. If anyone could have sat back and waited for users, it was Stripe. But the fact that they are famous with YC for aggressive early user acquisition. So what they will do is that they will basically go and talk to a startup and they're like, yeah, we need like a payment gateway. They will actually take their laptop and install Stripe for them and set it up for them so that they can start using it. Now, obviously, they will be getting like, thousands of users signing up on their website on automation. But initially, that's how they grew the user base. And he talks about how you can go ahead and, give like, so Faisal is saying same like Geo, isn't it? First offered free plan to all. No, it is not. Geo's free plan is not like relevant to this context. I will explain more in a little bit. So here, what happens is that if you have 10 users and you gain one more user, the next week, you are basically growing at 10% rate, right? If you are going at 10% a week from 100 customers, within a year, you will have 14,000 users, and after 2 years, you will have 2 million. But obviously, we don't need to think about these kind of numbers, because that's more related to apps, which we'll eventually get to when we create courses and everything. But even Airbnb did that. Airbnb is a classic example of this technique. Marketplaces are so hard to get rolling that you should expect heroic measures at first. This is the heroic measure. What I am doing with you tomorrow, I might not do it with any Alpha Club member when Alpha Club has 500,000 members, because my lack of personal attention will be made up by courses, existing testimonials, and structure to the product, which is not there right now, right? So in Airbnb's case, they consisted of going door to door in New York, recruiting new users and helping existing ones improve their listings, while they would actually go ahead and take photos of these Airbnb properties, the founders themselves, and then they would go ahead and install it. List it on their site. So Airbnb now seems like an unstoppable juggernaut, but it was so fragile so that's how we are also so fragile in the initial days that we have to go ahead and recruit users. And this is a long article. I recommend people, read it with patience. I'll just share the link again if I have not. So you have to delight the early users. You have to go out of your way to make them feel like, oh, this is amazing. And this is something that you can only do when you are at the early stage, right? When Alpha Club has 100 members, I can do this with Alpha Club members. I cannot go ahead and do when Alpha Club has 1,000 members, right? ConvertKit is an example of that, as Jayant says. ConvertKit initially recruited users manually. Today, until now, I'm using ConvertKit. I'm recommending everybody to use ConvertKit. And I did not know about ConvertKit. And I put out a tweet when I was using drip.co. And I said, drip.co has these problems, has that problems. And ConvertKit ka CEO reached out to me on Twitter. He had a Skype call with me. And he got me to get onboarded on ConvertKit. And he personally onboarded me. And till today, I'm using ConvertKit. ConvertKit does not need to do that anymore, but initially they did that. So he also says that you cannot do this with large companies, right? Tim Cook doesn't send you a handwritten note after you buy a laptop. He can't, and he doesn't need to. But you can. That is the advantage of being small. You can provide a level of service that no big company can. So that is when you work with these 1 to 10 customers, you can go ahead and work with them so deeply. And you can have that, insane level of service, right? You can have that insane level of experience. I hope with Alpha Club, you are getting an insane level of experience with this level of research.
So it's so much of motivation. That's what you feel like you achieve something, then again, and you level up. Yes. That kind of motivation and power in Alpha Club.
Fantastic. Cool. And sometimes the right unscalable trick is to focus deliberately on a narrow market. It's like keeping a fire contained at first to get it really hot before adding more logs. If you are doing a bonfire, and if you keep adding more logs before it has given enough heat, then you are not going to let the fire spread, right? Sometimes you put too many logs before it heats up, the fire might go out. And that is what most of the startups do as a mistake. They end up going ahead and recruit too many users before it is sustainable. And because they ended up, recruiting too many users, I had published an article on Winner Take All about this. Let's look at archives. I think I got the perfect image for that. Where is that? Maybe it's on digital, Deepak. So you shouldn't have 2 blocks. If anybody can, the cost of scaling too fast. So this is what happens, right? When you recruit too many users than what you can handle, then it gives a very poor user experience, right? So that's what people end up doing. They end up trying to scale their product even before the product is ready for scale, and the startup dies. And we know so many startups who have died like that. So Facebook also started like that. So I'll share the link, the cost of scaling too fast. Right. So Facebook also did that. It was exclusive for Harvard students, and before it opened up for everyone. And it talks about a concept called Meraki. Meraki is a Japanese word like Ikigai. And Meraki means that, I will just show you the definition. It's a very cool word, to be honest. Cisco has Meraki.com. Meraki used by Greeks to describe scenarios where a person has to really put a part of themselves into something. Like that's so deep that you have to put a part of yourself into the product or service that you are building, right? That's how you have to that's how deep you have to go. And it talks about consulting. Even before you have a software, you are basically the product. You are providing, like sometimes we advise B2B founders to take over engagement to an extreme, because single user and act as if they were consultant building something just for that one user, just like I am doing it for you here. The initial user serves as the form of your mold, keep tweaking to fit their needs perfectly, and you usually find made something other users want to. So this is also a process of understanding the product market fit, right? People who try to build scalable products before they go ahead and do this, what they do is that they end up building something that users really don't want. And when you do this, it also becomes like a feedback loop in which you are basically getting paid to understand customers' problems, right? Where they are stuck, what do they need. Whatever I am telling you right now, I'm going to put it in a course and sell it to people for the same price in the future. And that is how I would know what to put in the course in the first place, because I'm working with so many people like you. So that becomes like a feedback loop. And here, just let's just skim through it. So here he talks more about software. There is a more extreme variant where you don't just use your software, but you are the software. Imagine that. So I will give you an example. I forgot, I'm paraphrasing, but this company, I think Adobe, but I'm not too sure. While they were trying to develop voice recognition software, that you basically speak into a mic and the software converts your words into text. Nowadays, you have it in Google, you can just speak, and there is like speech recognition software. They wanted to know whether this particular software will have a demand in the market or not. So they basically recruited some users, and they used to put a computer, put a mic, and tell them to speak into the mic, and that particular speech would get converted into text. But there was a person in the other room who was fast typing whatever they said, and they told that software is doing that, right? So they looked at people's reaction, understood how people reacted to this, and basically used that as a validation to know that yes, people want this, right? So that is one way, but here we are talking about coaching, not software, so it's kind of the same thing applies, right? And I will not go too deep into it, but this is like the overall idea of it on why we need to work with users personally. So what happens here is that Abhishek is saying, but it is cheating. It is not cheating as long as you tell it a little bit later that this is what they did, but this is just to understand how users react, right? So now, so this is my business case on why people should not create a course first, right? A lot of people go ahead and say that, build a cheap course and then get users, and from that cheap course, maybe 10% of your users will go to your higher end course, and then so on, right? But it doesn't always work that way, because you have no way to know what people want when you are starting to build a course directly. I will also talk about courses in the coaching business, because that is a very important factor of it, a scalable factor of it. So the next step here is to build a mastermind.
Yes.
So when you build a mastermind, you are going from one-on-one coaching to group coaching.
Yes.
And this is something that we are doing right now. And it becomes like a hybrid. In fact, I will just say hybrid of one-on-one coaching and group coaching. Like in AlphaClub, it's a hybrid only. We are doing weekly mastermind calls, but we are also doing one-on-one sessions like this. So the mastermind is basically little bit more structured, but not as structured as a course. Limit total customers in mastermind to 99 or 100 people. So what we are basically doing here is that we are building two levels here. One is that it's personal one-on-one coaching, and then it is going to be a mastermind. So when mastermind is limited at a particular number of people, it increases demand because scarcity creates its own value. And then you are going to build a course. So the course can be priced at 1/10 or 1/5 of the price of the mastermind. The course will have testimonials and results for your personal brand from your one-on-one and mastermind customers. And mastermind may basically the format of the mastermind is going to be weekly mastermind calls, group calls, one-on-one coaching calls, events. This is more than enough to start a mastermind. And your course will have testimonials and results for your personal brand from your one-on-one mastermind customers. The course will have a product market fit. It becomes a downsell for people who cannot afford your mastermind. It also becomes an entry point of the funnel and a self-liquidating offer for getting people into your mastermind. You can afford to break even with the sales of this course because there is no delivery cost. The maximum level of service that you can add here is possibly go ahead and have like a weekly coaching call apart from the course that you have created, right? So in the world, there is no such thing as 100% product. When you actually try to do 100% product, it becomes a commodity. Everything is a service in the world. You just try to productize the service as much as possible. Like for example, when you think about Apple, Apple has iPhones, Apple has MacBooks, but iPhones and MacBooks, we consider them as hardware and software products, but they also have a service component, right? What if you buy an iPhone and it stops working? You have to take it to the service center. Maybe 1% or 0.5% of the Apple users will actually have to take it to the service center because they are so well-built products. But if they don't have that service component, the 99% won't buy, because I would be afraid to buy a laptop because what if it stops working? There is no service center, right? So Apple has probably 99% product and 1% service because they have productized their services as much as possible. But in the world, everything is going to have a service component, no matter how much you try to productize it. If you try to have something which is like a 100% product, then it is going to be a commodity. Like for example, a gold coin that you buy is a commodity. Cotton, rice, whatever you buy is a commodity. Usme there is no service. But the problem with that commodities is that commodities will get commoditized pricing, and there is no margin in it unless you are doing like, bulk offers. So Fahim is asking, self-liquidating means it sells itself. In the sense, if you are running Facebook ads, if you are spending 1 lakh on Facebook ads, then that 1 lakh will come back from the sales of this course. So basically what we are doing here is that the entire approach is that we are starting with a service and we are going to productize the service. So one-on-one coaching is a service. Mastermind brings some level of structure and then eventually some level of scalability to it, because you can hire someone as a coach and ask them to take care of these mastermind customers instead of you having to do it yourself all the time. You can hire someone to sell for you. You can hire someone to coach them. So this is bringing a little bit of process and scalability to the thing. So it's getting productized a little bit. And then eventually when you build a course, then the course also, so Syed is asking, companies should also do one-on-one coaching. No, Syed, I'm talking primarily about personal brands, experts, coaches, consultants here. Not like company brands. In fact, you will not have a company brand unless you start with this, right? So one moment. So what happens here is that when you are going ahead and building the structure to this mastermind, you are trying to productize it a little bit. Right now, I am working on productizing AlphaClub. 1 year down the line, I might not be doing one-on-one coaching. I might not be doing hot seats. People will join. There will be multiple people who are sales closers who are closing the deals. I'll be building the marketing so that the leads keep inflowing. I will also be creating courses which are like 10,000 rupee courses and top of the funnel courses, just like internship existed, so that people from those courses come into AlphaClub, just like you did internship and came into AlphaClub. And once people join AlphaClub, there will be course materials which will be built from the experience and expertise that I get from coaching people like you. Basically, all this information, I will put it into a structured course. I will put customer success managers who can sit and go ahead and help these people progress through the multiple activation points, that they have to build a lead magnet, they have to get on one-on-one calls, they have to learn how to do sales closing, and basically follow this particular model what I am teaching you. And then I will also have expert coaches. Probably, at the max we can have 5 different topics being covered in 5 days of the week. So anytime you can get on a call and get coached. And then there will be community, there will be community managers and everything. And once this falls in place, I can remove myself from the equation completely, because obviously we are trying to build a business asset here, which we need not run ourselves all the time. So now the course also becomes a completely automated course, which is going to act as top of the funnel for this mastermind, is also going to help a lot, because the way we are going is that we are doing one-on-one coaching, then we are doing mastermind, then we are creating a course, and then using the course as the top of the funnel, and then getting more people into the mastermind. But by the time we get more people to the mastermind from the courses, we are going to increase the price of the mastermind, because 1,000 people might join your course, and let's say your course is 5,000 rupees, and you are getting 1,000 people, you are going to make 50 lakh rupees, and I would not mind spending 25 lakh to get those 1,000 customers, or even at the worst case you have to spend 50 lakh to get 1,000 customers who will bring in revenue of 50 lakhs. So what? That is how you put yourself in front of the market. That is how you become the digital Deepak of your industry, because we have got 12,000 customers in the internship program, and we pretty much walked out with nothing. We gave everything back in cashbacks, and rest of the money was spent in Facebook ads and Google ads. Facebook ads and Google ads alone, we have spent 4 to 5 crores in ads so far in the process of running the internship, which means that whatever I make in AlphaClub revenue is my profit. And that's enough for me, because I can pay myself well. I have got the brand image. I have become digital Deepak by having like a large top of the funnel, by having like a product in the top of the funnel, right? So if you have 1,000 customers sold at 5,000 rupees, this course will sell, because this course has been created with the experience of you working with customers, having solid branding, having solid positioning, having solid clarity about what the market needs. Obviously this course will sell, right? Tomorrow we could run ads on Facebook saying that, hey, are you a fitness pro? I mean, are you an IT professional? Want to increase your productivity? Get this course. So proper landing page, proper drip sequence. We can do automated webinars, or if you feel like you can do like a weekly live coaching, but you don't need to do it yourself. You can hire someone to do it. So now imagine 1,000 people joining your 5,000 rupee course, and out of that, mastermind may only 100 people can join. Now you are not hunting for mastermind customers. You are basically going ahead and getting customers who really want to join you, and that is what really makes you an alpha position, right? So what is an alpha position? That you are not in need for customers, the customers are in need for you. You need customers more than customers need you.
Yes.
So when you reach that position, you become the alpha, and then based on the demand, you set the price. So whenever we think about it, we are always going to how do you define the price of anything? Like, how do you increase the price of your mastermind is something a lot of people ask, like, hey, how do I price my mastermind or one-on-one coaching or my service? People often forget that pricing is not something that you just pull out from random assumption. Pricing is always a factor of demand and supply. Only when the supply is limited, the pricing will increase. Why is Bitcoin's price continuously increasing? A lot of people think that Bitcoin is dead, but that's what Bitcoin does. It goes to 70K, then comes back to 16K, but compared to 2020, it has still gone 3x, 5K to 16K. So by the way, anybody wants to take the hint, good time to buy Bitcoin, but not financial advice. But anyway, so why does Bitcoin keep increasing in price? Bitcoin keeps increasing in price because the limit is, the supply is very limited, right? So how does a stock price increase? There are more buyers than sellers, stock price increases. If there are more sellers than buyers, stock price reduces. Real estate price. How does some real estate find its value? Because there is more demand for that. You sell a plot for 1 crore, but like 10 people want to buy it at 1 crore. You can't sell it to all the 10 people. You would increase it to 1.5 crore or 2 crore until there is only one person who can afford it to buy for 2 crores, and that becomes the price of the real estate. So I would like to increase the price of the mastermind by basically increasing demand for it. And while you are increasing demand for it, you are basically going to go ahead and increase the price. So AlphaClub, we are going to hit 100 members this month. And tomorrow there might be only 5 seats left in a particular month, because every month 10 people are supposed to renew, but let's say only 5 people renew AlphaClub. 50% is a good renewal rate. 5 people who might not have taken action because something else has come, they will not go ahead and basically renew. So 5 seats open up. But let's say 10 people want to join. If 10 people want to join, then only 5 seats are left. Then I can increase the price. In fact, one of the ideas that I want to implement for AlphaClub eventually, if it is feasible, is that we would keep 5 slots open, and if 20 people want to join, then we will create like an online bidding system, just like stocks are being bid or crypto is being bid on. That we will say that, hey, all these 20 people are ready to pay X amount of our minimum price to join, but only the top 5 people who pay the most will be able to join. So let's say we put like a dashboard, and we say that, okay, AlphaClub price is 5 lakh, that is the minimum. And some people will be like, no, I will pay 5.5 lakh. Some people will be like, no, I will pay 6 lakh. And we will keep the bidding open for like 7 days, and end of the bidding 7 days, the people who have bidded the top 5 most will probably get into AlphaClub. So how can I build such a big demand? By probably having a very huge top of the funnel. And most of the other people who are trying to sell a course for 10,000 and that's the only course, they will not be able to afford to just break even on that level, because they are going to go ahead and probably have just 1 second. Yeah. So they are not going to have a backend, right? They can't keep increasing the price of their backend so much that they will be able to go ahead and do what I do. So I can increase the price of AlphaClub to 10 lakhs also. I could have 10,000 customers on my level 1, or I could have 100,000 customers, but I will always keep AlphaClub only as 100 members until it becomes an automated system that it can go up to 1,000. But by the time it goes up to 1,000, we will create something called AlphaClub X, which will be only 100 people, and it will again be premium where my personal time is involved. And I will probably work with people who are already making like, let's say 10 lakh a month, and they want to go to like 1 crore a month.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the overall approach that we have to follow here. And going back to this is the overall strategy. So makes sense, useful?
Super useful. It is so much of clarity.
Yes.
When I started running, I mean, yeah, it's just time to implement now. Yeah.
Awesome. So guys, what do you think who were watching this webinar? Let me know in one word. Awesome. So I will put this recording of this particular conversation that we had on YouTube. You guys can have a look at it on YouTube. And I will also go ahead and put a link to this mind map, if you don't mind, Simran. That's okay.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
To share with the audience. So I will go ahead and put the link to this PDF of the mind map below the video as well. So stay tuned to my Digital Deepak channel, and go ahead and stay subscribed to it so that you can know. And I would like to also call Jayant on the call and get his feedback. I'll put Jayant as a panelist. So Anshul is asking, how do we get a chance to speak with you like this? Join AlphaClub, Anshul.
Hello.
Hello.
Every time Didi takes a webinar, I become like a student. Like, oh, Guru. But yeah, great stuff, Didi. A great clarity with Simran. I think once we finish up the coaching industry, we can straight up do some cold emailing and jump into the IT training sector as well.
One second. Yeah, I was just sharing my YouTube channel. link. So, guys, every Monday we are going to have a call like this with one of the Alpha Club members, and you guys can just have a look at this and have a little bit of learning. And if you feel like you want to join Alpha Club to have in-depth discussions like this, so by the way, Simran, I would also like to ask you to give some feedback and testimonials about Alpha Club itself. So, how has been the journey since you joined Alpha Club, the mastermind community, the support that you are getting? So talk a little bit about that.
Of course. So I joined Alpha Club in first 2 months only. I got my first high ticket client, and I'm almost about to close another client this week itself. So I mean, Alpha Club has been mind blowing. मतलब जितना भी बोलूं कम है, because first of all, it's like a dream for me. When I was a part of DD internship, I really wanted to work with DD personally. I never thought that it could be possible. Over here, I mean, JNG and DD both, they have been always been in personal talks, in be it WhatsApp or calls, whatever problems I had been facing. Instantly I just message and this is the problem I'm facing, what to do. So I have the, I can book my call anytime with Janji, and then, I mean, clarity all the time. I mean, I can message and ask, this is happening, that is happening, and most importantly, I'm getting results. The सबसे important चीज है, मतलब many times people they say आप join करो, this will happen, that will happen, but I literally am getting results. And online sales is totally different, a totally different game. I mean, I was doing pretty well in my, I mean, Janji knows also, I mean, 4-5 lakhs I was making very much offline, but when it came to online, it was like a nightmare for me. I thought मेरे से होगा ही नहीं. It is not there in me. मेरे अंदर में ये था that I don't have it inside me. मेरे से नहीं होगा. But I swear, I mean, after joining, I mean, now like making high ticket closing is nothing. Just लगे रहो and करते रहो. And I mean, जब भी whenever I feel demotivated, in the group, in WhatsApp group, जिस तरह से पूरा club का सबका रहता है, you get to see other how they are doing well. So if you're feeling little low also, you're again pushed up, and all the time group coaching जो calls होता है weekly, that is a push. And yeah, it's fantabulous. हमें जितना बोलूं कम है दीदी. I'm really, really grateful to both of you.
Thank you.
Awesome, fantastic. Glad to know that.
Yeah, and let's close that second call as well.
Yeah.
Here we create a sexy funnel for you. No problem.
Absolutely.
So when Simran
But
joined,
आज जो मुझे मिला ना, I'm like it's मैंने अब बस तुरंत एकदम.
when Simran came, she was like, Yanti, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. I'm like, bro, let's close deals first, then we'll figure out all the funnels.
Yeah.
But so much fun here. Like, let's keep those deals coming in, and let's kill it in the market again.
In fact, people should not delay more and join as early as possible. Until you, माने जितना जल्दी आप लोग उसको course and automation पे ना डाल दो. I mean, this is the best time to work with you people personally.
Yeah, in the future, once we put it on automation, people won't get to work with me personally. And at least for now, Alpha Club is going to get filled up with 100 members, and there won't be any space. And people who keep renewing will get to stay in Alpha Club at the same price. So a lot of people are, asking about Alpha Club, and how many of you guys want to join Alpha Club? Just type AC in the chat box if you want to join Alpha Club. Oh, wow. So many people want to join Alpha Club already. Cool. So Alpha Club, we are going to, only take you in if you qualify for Alpha Club.
Yeah.
And if you want to qualify for Alpha Club, you need to talk to us. You need to book a call with us. It is ideally suited for people who already have traction, already have experimented with something. If you don't have any income at all, you are just getting started, you are just like a newbie to the industry, then keep watching these calls. Take my front-end courses, watch my YouTube channel, learn from my webinars, and get started with something. With whatever we discussed today only, you can think about your own niche and get started with something. But you need to be having some traction and some income to go ahead and join Alpha Club. And Jain, do you think it's okay to share the call booking link for people who qualify?
Yeah, definitely we will, but with the condition that we do cancel a lot of calls based on our requirements. So please don't feel bad if we cancel it, because we feel like we are not suited for at least Alpha Club is right now not suited for beginner service agencies. It is best for agencies who are already making at least 1 lakh a month, and or coaches who are making at least 1 lakh a month. And if you fit in somewhere there, then
so freelancer / agency, coach / trainer, consultant, anyone who is an expert with whatever you do. You
Yeah.
could be a YouTube expert, you could be a WordPress expert. You need to have some level of expertise that you can sell. If you don't have any of that, then ideally, I think you should go to a job or upskill yourself first. So I have given the call link here. We usually don't give away call links like this. So you can go ahead and apply there. You can put in all the information and you can get on a call with us, and then you can talk to us, and then we will see if you are a good fit for Alpha Club. Fahim is asking 1 lakh revenue or profit. 1 lakh revenue should be fine, not necessarily profit, which means that even if you are spending 1 lakh to get 1 lakh, it means that you have a product, it means that you have something to offer, it means that you have customers. Only when you are at that stage, we can help you 10x. So
It
if you
takes
are
a little bit of systems. Like for example, what I really strongly believe is that anyone can get to like 1 lakh mark purely based on their grit and like grind.
yes,
And it's not really the level of systems that you require to reach 1 lakh. It's like the commitment. So if you are commit to get to 1 lakh in revenue, that shows that you have enough firepower inside you to like scale. So that's the
we can help increase the momentum of what you are doing. We can add fuel to the fire, but with Alpha Club, we cannot start the fire.
yeah.
So that is something that you have to start yourself.
Yeah, that's what.
Cool, awesome. With Alpha Club, we also have 2 offline events every year, and the next offline event is in March. So Simran will be looking forward to see you at the offline event. And with Alpha Club, we also invite members to our office to work with us. So Simran, when are you coming to our office?
Yeah, you're supposed to come in Jan, no?
Actually, yeah, I was caught up, yeah, but I'll be showing up soon.
Awesome.
Awesome, cool. So thanks a lot, Simran, and thanks a
Thank
lot,
you so
everyone,
much,
for
Didi. I
showing
got
up
a
on
lot of
this
value.
call.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a pleasure. It's a dream for me. I swear. Can I take a photo, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Mahesh will be working for B2B as well, but
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you, Janji. Yeah.
Awesome. Chalo, see you and bye-bye.